Okay, students, I resume. There was a phone call, so I had to stop in between. Where did I stop? Okay, so I said that snow and frost is a recurrent symbol, in the story of Oscar Wilde, isn't it? So the poor little swallow was growing colder and colder, but he would not leave the prince. He loved him so much. Okay, he picked up some crumbs that the baker used to throw away through his door, and when the baker was not looking, he tried to keep himself by, he used to take those crumbs of bread from outside the baker's door, and also tried to keep himself warm by flapping his wings. But at last, he came to know that he was going to die. He had just enough strength to fly up to the prince's shoulder once more. "Goodbye, dear prince," he murmured. "Will you let me kiss your hand?" "I am glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow," said the prince. So what happened? When he was about to die, he knew that he was going to die now. He just had enough strength to fly up to the prince's shoulder, and he told the prince that, "Goodbye, my dear friend. I think I'm leaving." Okay, he murmured. "Okay, will you let me kiss your hand?" So now, but the prince did not understand that he was going to die. He thought that he was going to Egypt. Okay. So the prince said that, "I'm glad that you are going to Egypt at last, little swallow," said the prince. "You have stayed with me for so long, but you must kiss me on the lips, for I love you." So he said that you will not only kiss me on my hand, but you will kiss me on my lips, because I love you for your friendship. "It is not to Egypt that I am going," said the swallow. "I am going to the house of death. Death is the brother of sleep, is he not?" And he kissed the happy prince on the lips and fell down dead at his feet. So what did the bird say? That it is not what is it that I'm not going to Egypt now, but I'm going to die. Okay, what is he saying? That it is not to Egypt that I'm going to the house of death. Death is the brother of sleep, is he not? Okay, so I'm going to take a deep breath, deep sleep. I'm going into deep slumber. Okay, that means I'm going to die. And he kissed the happy prince on the lips and fell down dead at his feet. At that moment, a curious crack sounded inside the statue, as if something had broken inside the statue. The fact is that the laden heart had snapped into two parts. It certainly was a dreadfully hard frost. So what happened? Just at that moment, there was a curious, strange kind of a noise that came from inside the statue. What was it? The laden heart of the statue of the happy prince also snapped into two pieces, broke into two pieces. It certainly was a dreadfully hard frost. The frost was too strong, okay, so strong that it has actually broken the heart of the leaden heart of the statue also. Early the next morning, okay, so do you think it was only because of the frost that the heart of the statue was broken? No, it was because the bird had died. The bird had died, and so the happy prince also died along with the happy prince, which was already dead, okay, but now its laden heart also broke into pieces. Early the next morning, the mayor was walking in the square below in company with the two councillors. As they passed the column, he looked up at the statue. "Dear me, how shabby the happy prince looks," he said. Next morning, the mayor was walking in the square, okay, and there along with the town councillors. And when they passed through, past the column, they looked up at the statue and said, "Oh my God, this the statue of the happy prince looks so shabby." Okay. So here once again you can see that worldly people, they can only appreciate the outer beauty, isn't it? The physical beauty, but they fail to appreciate the inner beauty of a person. "How shabby indeed," cried the town councillors, who always agreed with the mayor, and they went up to look at it. "The ruby has fallen out of his sword. His eyes are gone. He is golden no longer," said the mayor. "In fact, he is a little better than a beggar. This statue now looks just a little better than a beggar." Okay, little better than a beggar, said the town councillor. And whatever the mayor used to say, the other town councillors used to repeat. Okay, they were all puppets. "And here is actually a dead bird at his feet. And I can also see a dead bird in his feet," continued the mayor. "We must really issue a proclamation, okay, that birds are not to be allowed to die here." And the town clerk made a note of the suggestion. Okay, so you can see such funny reference to the mayor and the other councillors here. So what is he saying? That soon I am going to pass a law. Proclamation means I am going to pass a law that birds are not allowed to die in this city. Okay, and the town clerk, he was quickly making notes of whatever suggestion the mayor was giving him. So they pulled down the statue of the happy prince from the pedestal. He was pulled down, as he is no longer beautiful now. He is no longer useful, said the art professor at the university. Even the art professor, such an educated person, what did he say? That since this statue is no longer beautiful, it is no longer useful. Then they melted the statue in a furnace. So what did they do? They melted the statue in a furnace. What a strange thing, said the overseer of the workmen at the foundry. Foundry means that factory, or you can say, or where that furnace where the remaining of the statue was being melted to be used for some other purpose. This broken lead heart will not melt in the furnace. So although everything was melted, but the lead heart did not melt. Okay, we must throw it away. So they threw it on a dust heap where the dead swallow was also lying. So you remember the bird was thrown on a dust heap. So similarly, when that leaden heart was not melting, that heart was also thrown on the dust heap, okay, along with the bird. Now the last paragraph is a scene in the paradise, okay, in heaven. Bring me the two most precious things in the city, said God to one of his angels. And the angel brought him the leaden heart and the dead bird. Okay, so from heaven, God said to one of his angels that you go and bring the two most precious things in the city, from that city. And what did the angel bring to the God? He brought him the leaden heart and the dead bird. You have rightly chosen, said God, for in my garden of paradise this little bird shall sing forevermore, and in my city of gold the happy prince shall praise me. And so the God appreciated the angels by saying that yes, in my garden of paradise this little bird will sing forever, and in my city of gold the happy prince shall praise me, take my name. Okay, so here again we can see angels, heaven, paradise. These are also some recurring images that you can very often you can find in Oscar Wilde's story. Okay, I think this story is very beautiful. Okay, students, so you read the story all by yourself, although I have explained it, but you should try to understand and enjoy story by yourself. Okay, so read the story once again, students. Very touching story. Okay, with this we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you, students.